Hope you guys had a prosperous week so far. All right, we in here. What's going on, family? I'm still out here in Hawaii right now, chilling. Wishing everybody well back home. Few things we want to get into on tonight's live. Let me see. We got a lot of folks in here already, man. Much respect to the family for tuning in. Let me get right into the whole thing. The Brittney Griner situation, man. They threw the book at that sister. As you guys heard, they gave the sister 9 years in prison. They gave her a 9-year sentence out there in Russia um, for basically an empty vape cartridge or something like that. So this was a political thing, as we know. And thoughts and prayers go out to that sister. The sister don't deserve that, no matter what people think or what their views are. I don't. That sister should not be going through that. Um, what I don't like is how the mainstream media keeps trying to deflect by trying to put the spotlight on black NBA players. And they've been doing this for the past few months as far as this case. MSNBC put up a tweet earlier talking about where are the NBA players, how come they're not standing up for Brittney? Several NBA players have stood up. Black people are standing up for. The community is standing up. Nobody wants to see that sister suffer. Nobody in the black community, black men and women, we've been speaking up. We've been vocal about the government standing up and really doing what they're supposed to do. And, Biden and those guys are doing the offering hostage for hostage, basically. They have some Russian ops over here. And I said this months ago that all they have to do is trade some of these ops. And that's what they're trying to negotiate now. So they could have been done that a long time ago. But we're speaking up for the sister. We don't want to see the sister suffer. The thing is, who's not speaking up is the white LGBT community. If you look at those white LGBT advocacy sites, some of the biggest sites and biggest groups, if you look at their Twitter, they ain't saying nothing about that sister. I mean, literally nothing. They act like she doesn't exist. They love to latch on to black LGBT people. But with this sister going through what she's going through, they're not using all of their resources that they glom off of using black people as mascots. They're not using their resources to put something together to help that sister and signal boost the message that there's an injustice going on. See, this is why black folks, we got to stop this mascotism. We got to get off this thing where we're the mascots for all of these other damn groups. These other groups use us up, make their money off using us up, and then toss us to the curb when we need their help. So all my black LGBT people, my brothers and sisters, you better understand at the end of the day, the white LGBT community is going to treat you like you black. You see? Because see, the only time these groups, these liberal groups like to talk about anything pertaining to a black person is if they can put the blame on Republicans. Now, if they could blame a Trump or there's some kind of Republicans they could put the blame on, they would probably say something. But in this case, the finger point goes to Biden and the Biden administration. Just like with Ed Buck. When Ed Buck had all those dead black men coming out of his house, white LGBT organizations didn't say jack squat about that because he was a Democratic donor. So they didn't want to, they didn't want to rock the boat as far as that. They stayed on code as far as that. We better understand when these people are on code with each other. Boy, we got a lot of folks in here. Shout out to everybody in here. No, but before I go on, shout out to Sister Connie Collins. Shout out to that wonderful sister. That was the sister who orchestrated the Power 106 pull-up that they had yesterday. I got to give credit. People think that was my event. That wasn't my event. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. I did not organize them. That was our sister, Connie Collins, who did that. That sister orchestrated that really at the last minute. She put that together in like a day and a half. It was like extremely last minute. And a significant group of people came through, let the presence be known. And the mission was accomplished because now, family, when you Google Power 106, the first thing that comes up is the protest. Mission accomplished. See, that's how you get stuff done. So now, Power 106, we've solidified their association with them co signing racism. And that's a bad look with them. You see, when you Google Power 106 right now, the first thing that comes up is the protest that happened. You see, y'all better understand how things work out here. So now, if a potential advertiser they're looking for radio stations in LA to advertise with, and they're trying to see what hot hip hop stations, and they start Googling these radio stations, and they Google Power 106 and see, bam, they're being protested because of racism. Like, oh, let me go advertise with K Day, let me advertise with 92.3 The Real. You see, if these people don't want to acquiesce to what we demand, you make their name associated with the negative. And the mission was accomplished. And the sister, she's still not done. She's still doing some more behind the scenes work, but the mission was accomplished. I'm so proud of the foundational Black American family getting together at short notice and making that happen and making their voices heard. I'm so incredibly proud of that sister and everybody who went up there and participated. My hat goes off to you. Hey, family, did you notice a lot of the tethers were hating on the brothers and sisters pulling up there? Family, the tethers, I swear to God, and if you tethers are in here listening, you are some of the most cowardly people on the planet Earth. The tethers, you project your cowardice, you try to project your cowardice on us. This is why we have to delineate ourselves, because the cowards, the thought and the idea of standing up for yourself or standing up against a large oppressive structure, that's so foreign to you. Your first inclination is to flee. So us standing up to something, that's like a whole different language to you. You understand? This is why we don't need that cowardly tether class around us, because all they're going to do is project their cowardice. That's the reason why many foundational Black Americans, I'm not talking about all my non-FBA brothers and sisters, because all of you are not tethers. But there's a tether class that's so damn cowardly, and they love trying to project their cowardice onto us. We're standing up against racism, and you have these cowardly black tethers. These are Negroes hating on it. And now you see why things are so decimated in their homelands. And when I get back, there's a lot of interviews that I got to do when I get back. But what we're not going to, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse as far as the dude that we were going back and forth with, because uh, what's the Cholo dude? Again, this dude has made it very clear how anti-black he is. And this man has several videos going on and on about black people, and and that has nothing to do with me. And what's interesting, when we're pointing out this man's racism, a lot of the tethers are like, well, he's just talking about him. No, he's not just talking about me. He's talking about all black people. That man has several videos where he's talking about black people in general. It has nothing to do with me. The tethers are so afraid to challenge anybody who's not black. They're like, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's how your homelands got colonized. You want to know? You want to know how these tethers got colonized so heavily? When they were back home, and the Spanish and the Asians and all of these other people came in, when the Portuguese and all these people came in, dominating one group, the other tribe was sitting over here. Well, he just dominating them. It ain't doing nothing to me. That's just that tribe. They ain't doing nothing to me. And then they start dominating more tribes, and they're like, well, that's them 10 tribes over there. They just dominating them. It ain't doing nothing to me. Go ahead and dominate them then. I help you. You see that type of mentality, then what happened is all of you got colonized to the point where you have to flee to get over here to get up under us. You see, we as foundational Black Americans, we see a threat and we try to neutralize that threat before it spreads. See, that's the difference. When we see a threat, we understand that all of us are in jeopardy. So we jump up and say, "Hey, no, 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 no! What this person is doing ain't cool." Because if we let this dude get away with it, then others are going to try to get away with it, then more, and then more, and then more, and then all of us are going to be dominated. So we nip that thing in the bud before it goes crazy. That's what makes us thorough as foundational Black Americans. So tethers, y'all gotta sit your asses down and get out of our business. Don't bring your cowardly, um, groveling mentality around us. We don't need it. And I see some tethers in here now. And some cowards in here now, and I'm not letting you on. I see Carl Winslow, you're not getting on. We're not getting the buck broken crew in here. We're not letting you in. But again, I'm so very proud of the FBA family for standing up and getting some straightening going on. We have a very, very thorough lineage, man. This is why we are gatekeeping our foundational Black American lineage, because nobody does it like us. Nobody gets out here and just consistently make things happen the way we do. That's just the reality. That's just the reality. And a lot of people are envious because we have heart like that. We can get out here and stomp the yard and make stuff happen, and we're not fearful and we're not afraid. We can get out here and make the kind of noise we need to make. Let me see who we got in here. Let's get well, we got a lot of folks in here. We got over 1,000 folks in here. Let's get Florida Boy J. Let's get Florida Boy J in here. What's up, Florida Boy J?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? Just real quick, I want to salute Connie Collins. I remember her on Clubhouse. I want to say about almost 2 years ago when the app was still in beta mode. She was fighting hard for the reparations discussions, the FBA ADOS discussions, the diaspora war discussions. She was very on point with that. Salute to Camilla Moore, who used to be on Clubhouse too. Now she's leading the task force in California, and just letting everybody know that these are real people. These aren't agents. These aren't people sent out in the in society to cause ruckus. No, these are real people who have real conversations. You can reach out to them, and they have progressed in the fight for reparations. And now, like what Miss Connie Collins did at the station earlier today, big move by her. Once again, salute to everybody. Salute to Tariq. I remember real quick when your Buck Breaking movie came out. I think it was Pink Pill or somebody was on Clubhouse, um,
Yeah,
moving crazy. I remember we opened up a room for you. You came in the room to show love, and just just let you know that you got the support, and just continue to do what you're doing. Salute, like I said, Connie, Camilla. We have a team out here, and you guys are doing the work, and appreciate it.
much respect, man. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you, man. Again, man, Connie Collins, man. Much respect to that sister. Sisters like that, who's out here grinding, sister, boots on the ground, man. You don't make them like that no more. That's a phenomenal sister. That is a phenomenal sister. And we had some other phenomenal sisters out there with her, some phenomenal brothers out there with her. And, we got to keep that same energy and support our folks who put it down like that. What's up? Let's get Riley Rodriguez. Let's get Riley. What's up, Riley? Riley, turn your microphone on, sir. Okay, he got off real quick. Okay, Riley. All right. Let's get who's this brother Dominique? Let's get brother Dominique on here. What's up, Dominique?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. What's on your mind, brother?
I just had a question, honestly. I just wanted your opinion on this. How do you think Brittney Griner should move after this situation, and how do you think she should, position herself now, seeing that the LGBT isn't doing anything, the Democrats aren't doing anything? What should she do? Appreciate you, brother.
At this point, at this point, she can't do anything. It's all about what the government is doing, and some of these white LGBT communities, they can start doing something. But she's stuck right now. I mean, she's at the mercy of the political regime right now, so she can't really move and shake like that. So the government has to do something, man. Biden really has to step it up and say, "Hey, look, we'll give you 3 ops for her." They got to make a real good negotiating deal to get that sister up out of there. So it's really on Biden's administration. That's really what it's about. They got to get that sister on up out of there. Let me see who we got. A lot of folks in here. Okay. Oh, I was gonna let this brother on, and this dude. I was gonna let Christopher on here, but this nigga's screen name is Sexercise. Oh man, I don't know about that, brother. Christopher, I was gonna let you on, but no. And you might not be a bad dude, but I'm just not ready for that right now. I don't know what you got going on, brother. Okay, I really don't know what you got going on, but your screen name is Sexercise. So what you got going on ain't really coalescing with my spirit right now, to be honest, brother. I just don't want that in my spirit. Let's see who else we got. Let's get March 29. Let's get March 29 in here. Oh, I think that's your name. March 29. What's up, brother? What's up, brother?
What's good, my boy Tariq?
What's up, brother? Where you calling from?
Durham, North Carolina.
There you go. What's on your mind, brother?
This is the thing I don't like. A lot of the tethers, they try to come in and act like they're having a conversation, and a lot of times it's all condescending, like they're trying to tell us what we know, and a lot of times the information wrong. But yeah, I land my plane. That's it.
Real talk. Yeah, tethers, man. The tether class, not all my non-FBA people, but the tether class, again, these are people who have accepted being cowards and fleers. That's all they know. And they want other people to have the same mentality. So whenever we have anything going on, it's always the cowards and the fleers in our spaces trying to sabotage it. They were like, we just can't have us being the fleers and cowards. We got to drag y'all into the flea and coward community too. And we don't want to go. We don't want to go there. You see? The fleas and cowards and the buck broken, like somebody we see here, they want other men walking around in dresses and flip-flops. They're not going to challenge no white supremacy. White supremacy is buck broken you. You dig? They're not going to really go after no white supremacy. And whenever we do it, they're on the sidelines rooting for the white supremacists. That's the epitome of buck broken. Let me get some more people in here. Let me get the Pan Af report. Let me get my brother in here. Pan Af report. Hop on, brother. Well, yeah. Well, what happened to you, brother? Okay, let me get Great Black Shark in here. The Great Black Shark in here. Yeah, the Pan Af report. You got out of here real quick, brother. Like you had something to hide. All right, Great Black Shark. Where you at, brother?
Salute, black man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, sir?
I wanted to touch on real quick what you were speaking on with your opening monologue there. And you're absolutely right, brother, because when we go back and look at the Berlin Conference, if a lot of them would have understood what we understand over here as foundational Black Americans, we have our differences with each other from region to region. Our culture is very different. You have north, south, east, and west. Our cultures are different. However, when it comes to something that affects the collective of our people, we have sense enough to put those petty differences to the side and get on code. And if they would have done that going back to the Berlin Conference, they could have actually stopped the European colonizers from doing that. And see, a lot of times what they don't realize, brother, is like when you sit there and you're off code for so long, that becomes passed down through generations. So it becomes generational cowardice. And when they jump over here in our spaces trying to tell us to just go along to get along, it kind of reminds me of something I want everybody to look up called the Dunning-Kruger effect. And you pretty much know what that is, I'm pretty sure. When people think they're smarter than they actually are, and they come trying to tell us to just bow down, we don't have that in us. Our ancestors
Yep.
suffered and sacrificed too much for us to just go along to get along. Our job is to defeat, dismantle, and break the system of white supremacy. So when they see us moving like the sister moved there, shout out to her. That's exactly how you handle that. You get on code behind a common goal, and any other thing that we have to deal with after that, we can deal with that once we get our business straight and put ourselves in an empowered position, because we don't care about being liked. We care about being respected and making sure our community is protected. And with that said, I'll land my plane, brother.
Much respect, man. Real talk right there. As we see all the stuff that's been going down with the anti-black Latino cats going in on the black community, notice some of the tethers have been siding with the anti-black Latinos. You understand? Some of the tethers have been actually siding with them against black people. That's the same thing that's been going on in Africa for 500 years. When the Spanish goes over there and the Portuguese goes over there, the people of them Latin speaking nations, those tribes started making little deals with them while they go colonize one group and the other tribe is sitting over here co-signing them, and then all of a sudden all the tribes get colonized and then decimated. Then everybody gets hemmed up. You know? Like they didn't see that coming a mile away. And let's look at certain people, man. When we look at, we got to keep it a buck. Queen and Zinga, Madame Tenebu, all of these people, these folks were working with the Portuguese and some of the Spanish folks in the slave trade. They were working with them. They were working with these people hand in hand. And then they wanted to fight them when everybody turned on them. Then they wanted to fight them. But they were working hand in hand with these people during the slave trade. Let's keep it a buck. And like my man just said, man, some of that type of mentality, that gets passed down. Look at some of these tethers, man. Some of these tethers will sell us the hell out to a non-black person at the drop of a dime. And then people wonder why we're saying, hey, man, we kind of want to differentiate ourselves as far as our political structure, you know, and our lineage. We just kind of want to differentiate ourselves because we got too many funny style people who got a lineage of doing some real janky stuff over here. We understand a threat when we see it. We're going to get on code no matter how fierce we fight among each other, which we don't fight among each other that fiercely. But hell, even the Crips and Bloods had a truce during the damn riots out in LA when things got hot. The Bloods and Crips said, hey man, let's put all of our differences to the side because the enemy is that white man right over there. These white supremacists right over here. That's our enemy right here. These people oppressing us. The Bloods and Crips, they locked hands and said, hey, we ain't tripping on each other right now. Right now, we'll go back to banging later. But right now, we're in this together. Bloods and Crips had sense enough to do that. We don't do genocide. You know, we don't get to the point where we're just genociding each other and all of that. No. We don't do all that. You know, there was a tweet some Haitian girl put up the other day. Everybody clowned her for it. She put up a tweet. Yeah, y'all light skin or dark skin. And people were like, girl, get the hell out of here with that cornball nonsense. Don't bring that tether mess over here. You know, don't bring that over here. Because we don't do that. That bringing some old janky, old played out colorist argument. We don't do that. See over there, you notice anytime y'all see these light skin versus dark skin conversations, it's always some non-FBA folks pulling that garbage. Because see, we understand light or dark, you're still under the system of white supremacy over here. Light and dark niggas are treated the same. But these folks come from these other societies where the white supremacists set up these caste systems. So the lighter ones get a little more privilege and benefits. The darker ones are more deprived of benefits. So that stuff goes on in certain African and Caribbean nations. So they try to bring that stuff over here. That's why the cake soap game is so heavy over there. People trying to lighten up to be a part of that caste system, and we don't do that. There is no colorism privilege over here. There are no communities of certain black people who are a certain shade where they're going to get certain privileges and benefits. No, that doesn't work. You see. Let me get my sister Lioness in here. My sister Jade. What's up, Sister Jade? How are you, dear?
I am blessed. Thank you for having me up, brother.
What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago right now. I just want to make it quick. I've been out here working all day. I do want to speak on the topic. Yes, our sister Brittney Griner is a victim of white supremacy, and I do not personally consider her to be a political prisoner. Um, I feel like she's gotten a unfair deal in terms of them trying to throw the book at her, and you see what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. But I came on
Right.
today to talk about a real political prisoner that transitioned today. So there's an elder named Albert Woodfox, and he was a part of the Angola 3, right? So he was on solitary confinement for damn near 30 years as a political
Wow.
prisoner, down in Angola in one of the worst hellhole prisons in the country. And last Black August, actually, I had the honor and the privilege and the responsibility of helping to host an interview with him and members of our organization. And so he wrote a book. I'm going to put it in the Jumbotron. I want people to bring awareness, to be aware of it and to get that book. He talked about how they did protests, and they were talking about the struggle, everything about Black liberation, freedom for our people, but he was really advocating for just the basic human rights for our folks within the Angola prison. It was him and three others. So one of them had transitioned already. He and the other brother, or the other elder rather, did give an interview to us last year, but he actually transitioned today. He wrote his life story. And so how he talked about being unbroken under those circumstances for decades. That is a political prisoner. Now, the LGBTQIA X, Y, and Z community is silent on Brittney Griner because the I am LGBTQ and white defense works when you're white, but your sexual activity is not going to save you when you are a victim of white supremacy within a system of racism and white supremacy.
Right.
So thank you so much. I just wanted to land there, and have a blessed night.
Thank you, beloved. Real talk. All right. Let me see what we got. A few more people in here. Let's get Donat. I think Donat. What's up, Donat? This brother looks like a Disney TV show character, like he's on one of them Disney shows, like he's the male lead in the new That's So Raven show or something. What's up, Donat? What's up, brother? Donat, turn your microphone on, sir. Donat? Brother, I can't hear you. Turn your microphone up, bro. All right, this brother must have got some of that curl gel from his hair on the phone and it's muffled and you can't hear it, brother. Get you a paper towel and wipe some of that gel off the phone receiver, brother. All right, he got his ass up out of here. All right, let's get somebody else. Let's get Just Eve in here. What's up, Just Eve?
Peace to the family. Thanks for letting me speak. I wanted to speak on the topic about LGBT and Brittney Griner.
Yes, go ahead.
I think it's interesting. Studs, or the man version of the woman, right? They want to present themselves one way, but then when it comes down to having consequences, they want to cry foul and wear a dress or be very feminine. And I think it's really interesting that there's a whole phenomena of studs. And I guess probably the opposite would be true, that the men who want to be women, they're probably the first people trying to get off the Titanic. They don't want to be the men, they want to be saved. And I think
Right.
all of it's relevant with regards to what we're dealing with. Everybody wants to be Black until it's time to have a consequence. Brittney Griner wanted to present herself as not a black woman, and now she's got some serious consequences.
Wow, there you go. Thank you so much, beloved. Thank you, dear. All right, let me get brother Afro Elite in here. Shout out to this brother. Afro Elite, hop on, brother. Then I'm going to get Adonis on next. I see Adonis in here. Afro Elite, go ahead, brother.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. What's on your mind?
Okay, I wanted to speak on the topic. First off, I want to say I don't really know that much about Brittney Griner. I do feel like she was definitely being overpunished for what was going on. But what I find the most interesting part is the fact that I'm seeing a lot of articles try to blame black men for not like putting on the cape for her, for try to blame
I,
especially foundational black American men for not, I guess, protesting or trying to speak in avocation of the freedom of Brittney Griner. And this goes to show the energy that we're having, the power that we're having by just pulling back our energy and focusing on ourselves. Because 2022, with the situation with Brittney Griner, with the situation with Jussie Smollett, who is another LGBT person, with the
yeah,
situation with even the black people, the Africans in Ukraine, they're starting to get their Negro wake-up call. They're starting to understand that FBA, we're not going out there and running like we're the Avengers anymore. And anytime anybody needs help, we're putting on the cape and we're going out there to rescue you anymore. Everybody else has to hold their own nuts. And they're not used to that and they're not ready for that. They're expecting us to run
yeah,
out there and save everybody, and we're not doing that. Now, I don't want her to be in. It's not like I wish for her to be in prison, but you know, if that's the bed you made, you have to lie on it. Those are the people that you were hanging around, and the people you are hanging around don't care to save you. So why are you coming to us to save you?
real talk, man. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get Adonis in here. Adonis, what's going on, brother?
Well, I am gay, so I guess I'm lumped in with the LGBT community. But
Hmm.
from my understanding, it is, mostly the white LGBT community that tends to have the political power. And
Of
because
course.
she's black and they have so much racism, like there's so much racism that I've experienced, primarily from the white LGBT community, it absolutely does not surprise me that they are dead silent when it comes to her. They could care less about her or her life unless there's some type of way they can make a profit from it. So to
Right.
be honest with you, this is exactly what I expect, is nothing at all. If there's some type of way they can twist something to make money, then they'll absolutely use a black LGBT person as the mascot just to make money.
Sir, I appreciate it. Thank you for the call, brother. Let's get um what's your name, brother? All these Anton Bisco.
Yeah, what's good, man?
What's up, Anton? How are you, bro? Uh-oh. Anton, you all right? I don't know. Anton, is everything all right? Sound like you just got kidnapped, brother. If you need to hang up and dial 111, describe the car that pulled up on you, brother. Sound like somebody
Yeah, my
just
name.
hit him and okay, let's get Doctor. Hold on, let me get him. Let me get the kidnapped victim out of here. Dr. Mustafa, that's your name? Oh yeah, Dr. Mustafa.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Yeah, my name is Mustafa. I was actually born in Sudan. My
Sudan.
parents sent me here. Huh? I was born in Sudan.
Okay,
Yeah, so my parents sent me here to, get the education.
okay.
And my parents do live in Africa. Yeah, I was just gonna talk about the issue of what is going on in Africa and a little bit about, the black community here. I think one of the things that you talked about is the coding, the way that coding works. When you look at here in the situation politically, especially like the black people very much without black people, there is no Democratic Party. And what happens is that with us as black folks is that we end up to kind of take the news based on just on like what is going on in like the corporate media. Like for example, we need to elect people kind of from our community, not just any like a rich white man decide to run with a letter D in front of it, and then we can just listen to the media and just kind of go and vote for him.
Okay, brother. Let me land your plane because I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't know what he was talking about. To be honest, I had to go ahead and land your plane, brother. I really didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah, you kind of lost me, Doctor Mustafa. I was trying to give you a chance, but yeah, the point just wasn't being made. I don't know where you were going. I don't know where you were going, brother. But thoughts and prayers to you though. What's up, Can?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? Thank you.
Hey,
What's up to everybody on the panel? I hope everybody having a good night. I just want to say something real quick. There's a stereotype, with black people connected to all these different cannabis oils, um, all these different things. So, when you going over to all these other different countries, you have to know in your mind that the stereotype is already put out there. So you don't give them a reason, to to think anything bad, about you. So I feel like
Right.
she opened that window up on her own, but it just makes us even look more badder than we already
Right.
kind of like are with that situation.
There you go. All right. Thank you so much, beloved. Yeah. Again, I don't wish anything bad on Brittany, man. I hope she comes back home. I hope that sister is safe. I don't wish, no jail sentence on nobody, to be honest, especially a 9-year sentence for that. I don't wish that on nobody, man. That sister, she don't deserve that, and hopefully they can pull some strings with the Biden administration and go ahead and trade a few ops and get the sister back on home, man. All right, let's get, let me see. It's a few people. Let me get one or two more calls because it's early out here in Hawaii. Yeah, the time difference is real funny. Let's get this brother, Mr. Ray's in here. All right, Mr. Ray's, turn your microphone on, sir.
Brother,
My brother, how are you, Mr.
I'm
Ray's?
doing well, man. I'm doing well. I just wanted to say that there are quite a few Brittany Griners um, out here in the world every day. They may not be locked up in Russia, but they work at Starbucks. They work at these hospitals. A lot of times they will sacrifice themselves to be the face of a movement, but then also be the first ones to be on the chopping block. Um,
Mm,
uh, when it comes to the repercussions. So the brother Great Black Shark, he raised a great point. East, North, West, South, FBA, we have a very versatile culture. But when it comes time to get on code, we can create a movement like the Underground Railroad to give brothers and sisters the freedom.
yeah,
But when we talk about places like Africa and where a lot of these tethers come from, the only Underground Railroad or the only movement that they have is to get the hell out of the country. So I'll land my plane
yep.
right there, my brother, and appreciate everything that you do, good brother.
Real talk, man. And that brother reminded me of something. Look at the Jumbotron. Shout out to Maine, the real Keith Zeal. He posted this earlier. This damn non-FBA tether who was working at like a nursing home beat up an elderly FBA brother. You see, they bring that vitriol, contemptuous mentality over here and try to abuse us. That type of stuff. You see, that's very common. And I can't even get into the stories that's coming out of Houston. In Houston, every other week, a sister's being found hemmed up by some tethered and done something to her out there in Houston. It's crazy in Houston. You see. And again, this is not indicative of all the people, but again, that mindset, that cutthroat mindset that has destroyed everything over there in their homelands, a lot of times they bring that stuff over here and then try to use that against us, man. That's something that's very significant. And we are calling that out. You got to get it right. We got to call that stuff out because we can't let people come over here and undermine us. Because who's going to fight white supremacy? Somebody's going to have to step to the white supremacists, y'all. It ain't like over there in your homeland where everybody's kissing the white supremacists' asses and everything is in shambles. No, somebody's going to have to fight for some damn justice somewhere. All right, let's see. Let's get Lulu. Let's get Lulu. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Lulu or Lolu?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, why don't you speak about all the good things that Africans are actually doing in America? Why'd you choose to pick like one or two bad things? There are many Africans that in America doing good things, helping the black communities, but you choose to push your bad, hateful narrative, which is just crazy. It's I don't even know what it is anymore, man.
Well, Lulu, how come we don't see Twitter spaces of these African people telling us all of the good things they're
Because
doing?
they're so busy actually doing this.
I can show you 10 or 15 spaces of Africans and Caribbeans dumping on us every damn day. Don't make it seem like we're just pointing a couple of people out. You guys have Twitter spaces on here every single day dumping on us. This is not me making it up, ma'am.
You're
So
talking
where are
about
the
one or
people?
two people who might not even be living in the US. You're speaking about people who are all over the world that just feel they're just bored. But you're actually not speaking about the good things. And you're a well-read man. You know that there are Africans that are doing great things and contributing to the economy of America, contributing to the success of black people in general. But you decide
How
to
so?
pick one
How
person in
so, man?
Houston who beat up.
Okay, let's try this because, ma'am, you're not going to babble over me. Okay, name these people who are doing things for foundational Black Americans. Name them.
So, do you not know the statistics that 7 out of every 10 black doctors is Nigerian? Are you trying to tell me those people do not contribute to the healthcare of black people in general? Are you trying to tell me those people don't speak up for black people in the hospitals? It's
We
crazy.
don't.
You need to stop this hateful shit.
We don't. We're no. You're gonna say something, and then it's hyperbole. You're just saying stuff, ma'am. There's no. You don't know if they're speaking up for the health of anybody. Just because they are doctors over here, if that were the case, how come you're not a doctor back home healing the people in your homeland?
Well, guess what? If you don't know these things, Americans are in other people's countries. So stop leading these dumbass people,
Okay,
okay?
okay. Umduge, watch your mouth, sweetie, because I'm talking to you very respectfully. Now, calm down. Now, if all of these doctors got it popping, how come there's people falling out sickly all over the place in your homeland, ma'am?
Because people are free to migrate to every country in the world. Okay, the whole world doesn't revolve around Tariq Nasheed and his dumbass FBA people. They're Americans in
Why
other
now?
people's
Why
countries.
now? Why are we dumb? Why are foundational Black Americans dumb? Why are we dumb, ma'am? Hmm.
Because you
Abasola,
can choose to. No one's saying you cannot identify, like make a group or whatever, but stop
we're not,
pushing.
ma'am. It's not a group. Foundational Black Americans is a lineage, ma'am. Are you calling our lineage dumb?
Your narrative is dumb. It's as good as the KKK,
What
FBA.
is
You're
what is
making
my
FBA a hate group. You can,
ma'am?
you can.
Ma'am. A lineage is not a hate group, ma'am. And you're not going to create a reality for us that doesn't exist. Now, there's a group in your mind. You argue with your mind, but we don't have a group. We have a lineage. And you're not going to disparage our lineage because it was the foundational Black American lineage that helped you get over here to escape from your homeland, ma'am. So you got to show respect.
Tariq Nasheed group of people are dumbasses. That's
There is
what I'm
no
saying.
there is no Tariq Nasheed group, ma'am. You're trying to create a false group in your mind in order for you to justify attacking foundational Black Americans as a lineage because y'all don't like us anyway. People like you, people from the tether class. Now, you sound Nigerian. There's some good Nigerian brothers and sisters out there, but you're not one of them, ma'am. You're from the tether class who sit up here jealous and hateful of us. and you're just trying to make a
Why would
make.
anybody be jealous of you? You're the one who sounds jealous and hateful of immigrants that
Ma'am, why would I be jealous of you fleeing? What is there to be jealous of,
well, the
ma'am?
fact that you're having sleepless nights over African immigrants, that's jealousy. Like the fact that you keep pushing, oh, you just said it now, and that's why I took the mic, because normally I wouldn't even want to speak on your spaces. I just come and hear the bullshit.
Ma'am, nobody talks about you. Y'all come in our spaces trying to center yourselves. You're the ones who sit up making anti FBA threads on Twitter and Clubhouse all day. So we're living rent free in your minds, ma'am. That's because of jealousy. Why are you so jealous, ma'am?
The only reason why Africans will clap back is you don't attack Africans. You don't try to take the bread out of people who work hard. These people work hard to contribute to your success in America as well. We're all helping each other.
How did you contribute to foundational Black American success in a country that we built? How?
That's the thing. I'm not denying. No one denies that you built the country, whatever. Like you contributed to our success. We're contributing to your success as well. Okay. Stop trying to lead people
Nah,
to hate other people. It's crazy.
that's you projecting, ma'am. And ma'am, if you contributed to so much success to us, why couldn't you make your homeland successful?
Okay, why can Americans leave other people's homelands too? If you want people to leave America, then everyone, like, in fact, everyone's an immigrant in America. You know what? Everyone should go back to Europe.
No, they're not. I'm not an immigrant. Nobody in my family's an immigrant, ma'am. Literally no one. Abasola, where you at, dear?
America doesn't belong to anybody. Okay, it's the Native Americans that need to kick everybody out because it's their land.
No. This
You're
is
not an immigrant, but you were forced here. Your lineage was forced here, so it was
some words.
immigration against your will.
Oh, no, that immigration against your will stuff. No, ma'am. I am a foundational Black American, meaning there was no country to immigrate to until my family built it from scratch, ma'am. And the red Native Americans had
But
nothing
if
to
you
do
know
with
your
that,
history well, you know that
which I
America
do.
did exist before Black people came here. So stop
No,
all
it
that
didn't. No,
bullshit.
it didn't. No,
Yes,
no,
it
no,
did.
no, no, it didn't.
Did you
What are
not
you
take history
talking about?
classes?
Well, okay, school me. How did the United States of America exist before Black people? School me.
Nah, that's basic history. You need to school
What's
yourself,
school
okay?
me?
Go take sociology classes and actually learn about these things.
School
I'm
me.
not gonna tell you how America actually existed as a country before Black people came here.
How?
Don't be
Tell me.
silly.
Tell me, because you just made that up, and you
How,
know you
how
did.
how how do you make that up? Like you
Because
literally
it's
trying
called
to tell me
lying.
America did not exist until Tariq Nasheed came and built it from scratch. Wow.
Black people, my family, yes, Black people, until Black people built it. There was no United States until my family built it.
All
Now
right then.
prove
All
otherwise.
right
Prove
then.
otherwise.
Keep leading your blind sheep.
Okay, ma'am, you just got caught in a lie. Now you're just babbling.
Because what you need to do with all this power and outreach, you need to actually advise people. You need to mentor the
Okay,
younger generation.
but ma'am, but once you establish yourself as a liar, that kind of nullifies everything else, and your whole conversation is in bad faith. So, Abasola, I bid you a farewell. I'm gonna let you go, sweetie. I know you got some Uber Eats orders to deliver, so thank you so much, beloved. Bye bye. Bye bye. Okay, don't reduce yourself to lying. Don't reduce yourself to lying. Okay, when you do that, that just kills the whole conversation, man. There was no United States until my family built it, family. That's all it is to it. We're not forced immigrants. See, there's this thing to make foundational Black Americans somehow comparable to immigrants. We are not immigrants in any sense of the word. And when you start talking about native land, when they try to talk about the red natives, remember there were Black Aboriginal people here who were enslaved. But there was no United States built until foundational Black Americans built it. None, nothing. Let's make it very clear. We built this country from the ground up. We are foundational, not immigrants at all. We are the foundation of this country. We have a very unique lineage that don't nobody else have, and people keep trying to flip that and take that away. Well, we all built it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You can't even talk about the red natives. The red natives had no bearing on the building of the United States. You understand? Who's this? Somebody shout out. Somebody just sent me $5 on Cash App. I get weird amounts sent to me on Cash App. People be sending me like $3.80. I'm like, what are you okay? I get the weirdest amounts sent to me on Cash App. Like $12.03. Okay. All right. Much respect to you. It's just the dollar amounts are very weird. It's like I went to the convenience store and just sent me the change. Uh, Let me get somebody else on here. Um, but yeah, but don't lie. When you call up, don't lie. Y'all just speak truth to power. Don't lie. And again, we got love for the Nigerian brothers and sisters and the brothers and sisters in the diaspora, but don't be no lying tether, though. I ain't got no love for that. Don't call up lying and having bad faith arguments and making it seem like we're just singling people out. No, man. There's every single day, there's rooms of these tethers. Literally all they do is sit up and talk crap about foundational Black Americans. And they've been doing this for the longest. Even before Twitter Spaces, they were all on Clubhouse doing it. And there's other websites. There's a website message board, Naira Land, something like that. It's been around for a long time. And if you look at that site, they just sit up here talking crap about foundational Black Americans. The site's been up for decades, and for decades they've been sitting up talking crap about us. So when we start checking people and saying, hey, we're not going to sit here and let you talk greasy, now they want to cry foul. No, no, no. There has to be respect all the way across the board. There has to be respect there. We got a lot of folks in here. We got 1,500 people in here, man. Much respect to you guys. Y'all need to get my book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter, at Amazon. Go to Amazon to get my book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter, right now. Very good book. A lot of good game in that book. A lot of good game in that book. Let me see. Let's get boy, so many different people here. Let's get Agent Atto. Let's get Agent in here. All right. What's up, brother? Sounds like he's working in a warehouse and he's on a forklift. Hey, brother, Agent, you good, brother? Okay. Brother, at least let your Amazon shift get done before you try to get on live. You're clearly working at the Amazon warehouse. So we want you to get your money and get those packages delivered on time, brother. All right. Let's see who else we got. Let's get one more call because I don't want to be on here too long. Let's get Neho Lobo. Neho Lobo. What's up, brother? Neho Lobo.
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? Um,
What's up, brother?
I'm chilling. I think with the last call, I think she was a little bit confused in terms of the finding of the physical land of America and the establishment of America as a nation. I'm not foundational Black American, but you just can't deny that America.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, the Spanish came over and, they tried to set up a colony and then they failed. But that's not the establishment of the United States. There was no United States. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So,
We're talking about 1776. That's the official establishment of the United States.
right. But even before then,
There was
even in the
foundational
colony,
Black Americans here.
yeah. Even in the colony, look, let's be clear. The Spanish brought over Black people with them. Let's be very clear. There's always been Black people who came over with the Spanish. Okay. Even with Columbus, Columbus had the Nino brothers. He used a Moorish ship and they told him how to get here. They were using Moorish maps and they brought Black translators with them. So there was always Black people over here, even with the Spanish. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When they had a colony over there in San Miguel del Guadape, it was the Black people who they brought over as captives. They ran the Spanish off and then they blended in with the indigenous society here. So the Black presence has always been here. This is very well documented. So she
Mhm.
thought she was just going to throw something out there and nobody knew the history. And I'm very well versed on the history, but she tried, and God bless her.
Right. I mean, but even if we talk in the English, before when the English was still colonized by the British, I mean the Americans before they were Americans, there was, you know, FBA here.
Yeah, there's always been black people here, brother. There's always been black people. Even before the Spanish got here, there were black people here. When they got here, they said there was jet black people running around here. So there's always been black people here.
Now, what would you say, like, because I hear this thing, and I think from my readings there was a few black people, small pockets, but like if you had to say a percentage of the black people that experienced American slavery, that were brought over from Africa versus were already here, what would you say if you had to throw out a percentage that came from Africa?
Um, the ones that came directly from Africa were
Africa
about
or
three
the
to
Caribbean.
yeah, about 3 to 4% came from Africa over here, and this is well documented. It was only like 3 or 4%. Most of the people who came from Africa, who were brought from Africa, were taken to the Caribbean, and they were taken into South and Central America.
Oh,
Um,
okay, clarify when you say that. You're saying 3 or 4% of the total slave trade ended up
right,
in North America.
right,
I'm saying of the North Americans, what percentage of them were here for hundreds of years before the establishment of America versus were brought through a slave port through like Charleston, Carolina. You know what I mean?
right. And see, that's the number that's real tricky because when they start looking at the number of black people who were around the 1800s, and the records that showed the black people who were brought over, things weren't matching up. So what they try to do was blame it on slave breeding plantations. They were like, yeah, there's a lot of black people here, as opposed to the number that was brought over in the slave logs because of the slave breeding. But you don't breed that damn many people. There were already indigenous people here who were just reclassified as Negro and thrown on plantations. And they deliberately kind of mixed that up for a few reasons. One reason they mixed it up is because they would get the children or the adolescents and they would put them on plantations and they would just strip them of their former identity so they wouldn't run away. Another thing they would do is not let people know what their background was because you had people who were part of the Moorish Empire who were supposed to be set free if they were to be captive, if they were brought over as captives from the Moroccan Empire. So there was a deal that they were supposed to let them go. So they deliberately wouldn't let folks know where this person was from. So they deliberately kept our backgrounds real muddled and secret so that it would cause confusion and they can better control us. So unfortunately, that number is just hard to pinpoint, the indigenous versus the people who were brought over, because we were all just lumped in, which made us foundational Black Americans. You understand?
I mean, but why does that make then why is it so different between like Jamaica and America? Like, why would you say that Jamaicans definitely came from Africa, but
Hmm.
in Georgia they didn't?
Well, Jamaicans, if you look at Jamaicans and you see a lot of their culture, a lot of the culture, and even a lot of the accent, it's more closely tied to Africa. You understand?
Mhm.
And a lot of people on that island, there were some of the indigenous people there, but it's a smaller island and you can directly trace. And Jamaica was a real big slave port at the time, especially the
Mhm.
Caribbean. Those were major slave ports. So it's very well documented that they came from Africa. But over here over there, North American landscape, there were so many different Black indigenous tribes and red indigenous tribes, and they just used the tribes and pitted them against each other and had the red indigenous work with the white supremacists against the Black ones. So again, there's a lot of confusion that went on. So, you know,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Okay. Um, the last question before I go. I appreciate the conversation.
Right,
Um, we take a brother like because you asked the sister before. We asked her about like tethers that are here to help the African American community. I mean, would
right.
you take like the brother Nipsey as a great example of somebody who was parents from another country, but you could tell his heart and his mind was here. You know what I'm saying, with the people's here.
Hmm. His mother was FBA. His mother was a foundational Black American. His dad was Eritrean. So, and he was a rider for the community. So yeah, that brother was very thorough, and he
Oh, okay.
represented. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
His
he was
mother.
both parents.
No, 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 no. His mother was FBA, and yeah, his dad was Eritrean. And Nipsey, solid brother, solid brother, and it was very thorough. He wasn't on no goofball nonsense. He rode for the community.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
My man. All right, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, a lot of folks don't know that. People think that Nipsey's both his parents were Eritrean. No, they were not. No, they were not. Nipsey's mom was FBA. Yeah, and my brother was a rider. Okay, who is this? Yeah, I said it. Okay, yeah, I said it. Hop on. What's up? Yeah, I said it.
Hey, what's good, bro? So I listened to a lot of the conversation. Um, the thing is, I was trying to get in on the FBA conversation with other groups on Twitter, and I really don't know anything about Twitter and lives. But the conversation was so real to me and it resonated with me that I wanted to speak about it. And so every time I tried to say something about it, they kept telling me I was African. And there was like I was an interloper. And I was like, no, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, born and raised. My family dates back to the early 1700s. But because of my accent, I couldn't even have a dialogue or a conversation. I kept getting like attacked. You know what I mean? And so,
Brother, you clearly have a foreign accent. You're not FBA.
oh, are you familiar with Charleston?
Yeah,
Uh, Google Charleston or TikTok Charleston.
brother, what accent is that? That's not a Charleston accent. Where are you from? Where your
That
family from, brother?
that's
You're not
you know,
FBA.
the in okay. So the crazy part is that the fact that you say it,
Are you Gullah? Because
yes, Gullah Geechee.
Marcel is. That ain't no, bro.
Do you know the different dialects of Gullah Geechee, right? In the community,
brother,
my
brother, that ain't no Gullah
bro, my
Geechee
fam,
accent, brother.
my dad is a Southern Baptist pastor. Like, like honestly, I'm really from South
Southern,
Carolina. Honestly,
brother, that ain't no damn South Carolina accent, brother.
I will say when
I,
people listen to this, they're gonna challenge you on that because they will know.
brother, you got a Caribbean accent, brother.
But what is Gullah Geechee? Does it have an Africanism accent?
Yeah, but you can hear the Southern twang in it, brother.
Oh, I mean, how do you
Yeah,
want me to speak? Like, and this is a conversation I wanted to have because I follow your cause, bro. Like, I think you're brilliant.
which is good. But brother, that ain't no damn Southern accent though. Let's keep it above. Wait, where's your people from, for real?
Charleston,
Where my South Carolina?
Charleston,
Where my South Carolina?
Charleston, bro.
Bro?
Charleston, born and
I
raised.
really,
My birth certificate, Charleston, for real.
man, I don't believe you, brother. I really don't believe you.
That
With all due
hurts, man.
respect,
That really hurts coming from you because it really is our accent that like we have different dialects, but it's a mixture of 300 different African accents based on slavery and the diaspora. So when I say,
do I have any South Carolinians?
please, my
Where my I
South
got
Carolinas, please speak. Please speak for me.
I got to get my South Carolinians to
Please
come on
speak.
through. Hold on,
Come on.
let me get this South Saint. Let me get South Saint
Yeah,
in here.
right.
Hold on.
Because we're the creators of soul food. We're the real ones.
Let me get South Saint. Yeah, I think he might be from where you at,
Hey,
South
hey,
Saint?
Nah, Charleston,
listen,
South
bro.
Saint.
bro.
Hey, hey,
Charleston.
hey, check this out, Tariq. I'm from California, but I live in South Carolina. I'm gonna tell you like this: he is not lying.
Thank you.
I was locked up with somebody from Charleston,
Thank you.
and they sounded just like him.
Thank
It
you.
more worse.
Thank you.
He is telling the truth.
Thank
He
you.
is straight
Okay,
out of
And
Charleston, South
it's two
Carolina. The
million
man
of
is
us.
not lying.
2 million of
He is
us.
okay,
he is not
okay,
lying, bro.
Thank
Straight
you.
up.
I
okay.
appreciate you,
There you
fam.
go.
I
Okay,
appreciate you.
It's it's
thank you,
it's all good, bro.
thank you, bro.
Hey,
All
listen.
right,
I know.
all right. He saved you. All right, there you go. My man saved you, brother,
Thank
because you
you.
about to get.
Oh my god, yo! But
Right.
I was like, yo, I follow you, man. Like I really follow you, and I used to be the person that was a passive aggressive type of person because my dad's a pastor. So it was like I was a person that was like, nah, let's give them a pass. And then I started hearing you speak, and I was like, nah, fuck that. Nobody gets a pass. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Real talk. But anyway, man, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call,
No
brother.
problem.
Boy, I've seen some South Carolina accents, but boy, that's one of them deep backwood accents. I haven't heard that one yet. Good Lord. Shout out to that brother. Anyway, man, let me get up out of here, man. Let me see what's going on with my family over here. We're still in Hawaii chilling. But anyway, man, thank everybody for tuning in again. Shout out to the family who pulled up to Power 106 and represented. Shout out to our good sister who organized and orchestrated that pull-up event, Sister Connie Collins. Beautiful, wonderful FBA sister. Y'all follow her if you can. Much respect to you guys. Go to Amazon, get my book, Foundational Black American Race Beta, ladies and gentlemen. Papi Akute and Lalavuve to the family. Peace.